back with a different game of FortNite. Now, FortNite has a game that has many upsides and downsides, but it's a pretty new game craze. So the question is this game really worth it? I'm going to tell you about the upsides and the downsides of the FortNite game. So I'm going to start with the downsides. So one of the downsides is that if you have just joined and started playing FortNite, you are going to get destroyed because they have no way of separating the really good from the really bad. That it doesn't work like that. Plus, there's much confusion of what you see right here on the map, where to go and what to do when you get there. So it's pretty easy for a noob to be destroyed. The second reason is that it's a pretty violent game, by the fact that you are using guns to wipe out each other, and the last one standing wins. But a good reason is that the game doesn't actually have any blood, and you can be kind of creative with the game, because you have to know how to build and be creative with what you're building to actually win the game. It's one of the games that require a bit more brain strength than most. Also, in comparison to other big games like Overwatch, it can be quite an interesting game, because games like Overwatch, they don't have building. In this game, you can actually build, like so. You can build certain walls in different areas to protect you. Also, you're able to break practically everything you see, and you're able to move throughout the city or the map. But another tricky thing is the storm. Sometimes you can be very confused about what the storm does and where it's going to come. So it can seriously mess some people up. And the thing is, in this game, you don't actually win the V-Bucks that you use to buy skins and things from winning. You only get the V-Bucks from things like Battle Pass, which cost V-Bucks. So you have to get enough V-Bucks from the regular pass that you have gotten to be able to unlock the Battle Pass to get more. And sometimes that can be quite annoying. Also, in a game like this, when you first join, it can be very confusing about what's good and what's not. So that is something that can really make people unhappy. Because many people are gonna be able to easily take you out, especially when you don't know how to open a loot chest. Also, half the things you don't even know what they do, so you don't know whether to keep them or not, which can very confuse a lot of the people. Also, the next thing is, many people, every time you go to a certain place, almost always there's going to be someone else with you. So you're going to be in quite a bit of trouble if you don't know what to do. Oh, double kill! Yay. But in certain cases, when you think you can do it, and you go and get somebody, it can make you feel really accomplished. Even though it may not be the accomplishment your parents would like. Another bad reason is that when you're playing this game, it is kind of common to get a bit frustrated when you get a place like second, and that can be very annoying. And when that happens, your parents think, why does my kid get this? He's getting frustrated over a video game, and that's never a good thing. So it's often much better to try and keep your upsetness to yourself. This game is nothing to be upset over, but you can feel very accomplished if you win, even though you don't get anything. In this game of FortNite, you have a lot of free choice. There's not much that you can't do. So it's quite an interesting game when it comes to the final few people. You can get very psyched up and happy, like when you just get a minigun. These kind of things can be very exciting, except the better you get, the worse you feel when you die. So it can be kind of hard to keep to yourself. wasn't me. Also, certain weapons like the grenades can be very, very annoying when you're taken out by them. That's why these kind of things can make you wait for a while, and you can be quite frustrated, especially when you're down to the final second of a medkit and you move. These kind of things can seriously make you unhappy. That's why you want to try and avoid them. But the game of Fortnite, like I've said many times, is not something to get worried over. And it's free, so it's quite an interesting game. So I would recommend you get Fortnite with the idea in mind that your parents you might need their permission. And that can't always be easy to get, because like people say, permission is harder to get than forgiveness.